Hi guys, I want to talk to you today about something really cool, about another special little herb. I know previously I've spoken about some other herbs that can potentially help with period pain, but I want to talk about another one, mainly because of its mechanisms and how that can potentially benefit you and help reduce some of that pain. I want to talk to you about a herb called ginger. So ginger is basically a herb that what it does, it can help regulate what we call prostaglandins. So prostaglandins are basically our inflammatory markers, and these inflammatory markers help basically control the level of inflammation through the system. So some of these prostaglandins make less inflammation, some make more, but it's important that they actually regulate all the time. And they actually, sometimes we need it and we need it to elevate, and sometimes we actually need it to calm down. And they're always seesawing depending on what's actually going on, inflammation. So for example, if you would roll your ankle, it would swell up, so those prostaglandin levels would rise to create the swelling to help protect it to recover. Likewise, when it's done, it's meant to come down. The catch is when it comes to period pain, there's a little bit of research on effects of prostaglandin and the way the uterine lining actually contracts during the time when your cycle's ended and the bleed's about to start. What happens when it's time to shed the blood? Basically, what happens is the prostaglandins, or especially prostaglandin 2, which is a particular one, but basically what it does, it causes the uterine lining to contract a little bit harder, okay, to help shed everything and clear it all out. The only catch is if we're getting an elevation of specific inflammatory prostaglandins, okay, which can create the contraction to be a lot harder, which means it will make it more painful, well, that can create that discomfort that we don't want. So a cool little herb, ginger, what it basically does, the prostaglandin that creates more inflammation when it's a little bit too high, ginger can actually help bring that down a little bit more and help regulate it a little bit better, which means if that inflammatory prostaglandin basically comes down, what happens is that uterine lining won't contract so hard, which means pain through the period could potentially be a lot less if that's the main driver of everything. If you have any questions about any other particular herbs or this prostaglandin stuff in particular, please just comment below, ask as many questions as you like. We'll get back to you as soon as we can to help clear that up.